diving deep where others just pretend. The kind on the journey chasing dissent. Chasing dissent, when truth's the quest. Better than John won't give it a rest. In a maze of facts they find a way, bringing the dawn of a clearer day. They laugh, they grow, they take no signs through rabbit holes. They take their strides with wit back to their heaven set. Ben and Sean chase the dissent. So hit subscribe, don't be content. Join the chase, be omnipresent. With Ben and Sean, no time is misspent. On the trail with chasing dissent. So hit subscribe, don't be content. Join the chase, be omnipresent. With Ben and Sean, no time is misspent. On the trail with chasing dissent. They laugh, they grow, they choose the quest. Ben and Sean, where truth's the quest. They laugh, they grow, they take no signs through rabbit holes. They take their stride. They laugh, they grow, they take no signs through rabbit holes. They take their strides. With wit and banter they haven't sent. Ben and Sean chasing dissent. So hit subscribe, don't be content. Join the chase, be omnipresent. With Ben and John, no time is misspent. On the trail with chasing dissent. Dissent. So hit subscribe, don't be content. Join the chase, be omnipresent. With Ben and John, no time is misspent. On the trail with chasing dissent.
Hey!
Well, good evening, one and all. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever, whenever you are watching, and welcome to this Monday News Roundup here on Chasing Dissent Live with me, Ben, and Shrek over there.
Hello.
Say it, Shrek. Say it.
Get out of my swamp.
Yeah, that's how we start a Monday. How are you this evening, John? I know we usually don't ask each other this, but I thought I'd ask.
Hey, I'm a little bit tired, mate. A little bit tired. Didn't have a good night. Didn't have a good night at all.
No, I mean, I'm very red, as you can probably tell on the camera.
You are pretty red. You didn't look as bad on the webcam. You should maybe have stuck to the
No,
webcam.
I mean, look at this. Look at this.
Well, you should have stuck to the webcam.
It's bad. It is terrible.
Yeah. So did you see a UFO? Did you get a radiation burn? Is that what's
that's
occurred?
exactly what happened. And unfortunately, just like Prince William, there was a probing.
Oh.
Start as you mean to go on, as they say.
Indeed. Well, actually, I want to show you something, and I want to say there are some really sick people out there, right? They're
Yes.
really, and yeah, I'm going to give a little bit of a warning, okay? Because, you know, no animals were actually harmed in the making of this video, but there are some really sick people out there that do some extraordinary things to squirrels, of all things. You know, I don't understand this, and there's no audio here, so you can talk over it.
Okay.
What the what kind of sick, mental, deranged person goes and makes little patio tables, picnic tables for squirrels?
I'd probably do that.
They've even got little umbrellas to keep the snow off them.
Yeah, I actually think that's extremely thoughtful.
Umbrellas.
I think that's extremely thoughtful and extremely lovely. And as we said, start as you mean to go on, you cruel bastard.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
No heart. He's got no heart, has he?
Right. What's happened to the chat? Is nobody chatting?
I can't see anybody chatting. Oh, Beats and Tapes is chatting, says yo yo.
Oh, yo. Well done, Beats and Tapes. Good, somebody's broke the ice.
Natalie's here. There's our Natalie. And speaking of Natalie, this Monday is kind of a placeholder show because next Monday, July 1st, me and Natalie return to mock random things on the internet every Monday going forwards. So the Monday mock returns next week, July 1st, 9 p.m, right here on the channel.
Indeed, and we had a bit of excitement here in Scotland yesterday.
Well, you did. Look at that picture.
Yeah, and... Watch. Woo! You'll see it going off like fireworks up on the left here. Whee!
So this is just round the corner from your place, isn't it?
Well, it's not quite just round the corner. It's probably about, I would say, about 4 or 5 miles away.
But you took pictures from your window.
From the door, yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
It was quite, and it was right under the flight path for Glasgow Airport.
Oh well, that must have been very annoying.
So I think they might have had to divert planes or something or around that. But it's still burning. It's not producing any smoke now, but it's still burning because I think a lot of it is lithium-ion batteries because the place is a recycling centre.
Yeah, that's a recycling centre. And I sent you a story earlier about something that happened around the same time in South Korea, didn't I, John?
Yeah, it was a battery plant or something.
A lithium-ion battery plant that went up. But you know, these things are going to save the planet. I mean, just look at the pollution that's being driven into the atmosphere right there in that image. Okay?
Yeah.
And it's a recycling centre, so that's plastics, that's all of this stuff just burning and filling up into the atmosphere. But, you know, recycling being green, it's a green place. Maybe. Yeah.
No, right. So, look, briefly jumping into the chat. Hello, Shalini, Julie, Beats and Tapes. I don't know if it was the chat that was broken, but I was chatting to people yesterday, Beats and Tapes, when I was on the show. So if the chat was broken, it was probably just for you.
Yeah, the chat keeps breaking for most people. It keeps...
Well, that's not our problem. That's a YouTube issue, surely.
It is, yeah. Like Dreadeye says in the chat, yo, Beach, John messages are not showing in the chat. So I'm guessing people are having issues tonight. Dreadeye says he's just had some issues. So unfortunately, that does appear to be a YouTube issue.
But remember also, there is a block list if you use bad words. That will cut some of them out.
Yes, it will. Now, boys and girls, if you could hit the like button, we would really appreciate that. But let's move forward.
Yeah, well, I was actually trying to answer Julie. It happened just after. It happened during the show last night. So I think when did I finished about 10:15 or something like that. So
right,
I got a text from my good lady, who was away collecting her daughter, who'd been at a kind of rock concert in a cinema type thing, right? Because
I've been to one of those before.
Yeah, so she said she really enjoyed it, which is good. So she went to she was picking her up and said the motorway had ground almost to a halt, and in fact, apparently later people were stopping to take photographs on a dual carriageway. That's
of course
madness.
Well, of course they were doing that. That's people do stuff like that. That's humanity.
Yeah, but that's stupid. That's how people die. Yeah. Anyway, so Natalie says her friend's flat was almost destroyed last night because of a fire caused by charging an electric scooter. Ah, well,
Yeah,
there you go.
not just a friend's flat. Actually, a viewer of the channel, Matthew Blackman, who pops up every now and again. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter earlier on. So if you're watching live or you're watching back, Matt, we all send our absolute deepest condolences because, man, that fire looked bad. It did.
Not so good. Right, Ben, this one's caused a bit of controversy. Maybe you could weigh in and see where you lie on this, because some people are with the farmer and other people, including farmers, are completely against the farmer's actions here.
Go for it.
Tell you what, these were just set up anywhere.
I'm not saying
They do not give a flying. They will go anywhere. I'll tell you what, chap.
Oh, wow.
Have a bit of this. Because I'm off.
Ah,
He
well.
won't go in anyone else's field again, will he?
Well, now, so what do you think of that?
Well, just for those who may not have been able to see that, that was a farmer using his tractor equipment to throw slurry over a man, what John would term a bike wanker, who was looks like he was camping in his field, right?
Yeah, he had been, yeah.
So he's camping on private land, and okay, I understand, and this is where I stand on it, right? If the world were just, that would just be funny. If the world were just, that would just be funny. It would have been just that I've told him off a bit, blah, blah, blah. But unfortunately, that does look like he could get done for assault. And he could end up getting done for assault with a deadly weapon, in fact.
Well, yeah, it's not, I mean, basically that's pig shit, right?
Yeah.
So the question is, you could end up giving someone an infection. And much as I dislike the bike wanker, right?
Mm.
What gets me about the farmer, and you know, if he wanted to slurry the field, that's fine, right? I have no problem with him slurrying the field. But you know, why didn't he go up to the guy and go, "This is my field, mate. You should have asked permission before you camped here."
I agree.
You know.
See, I completely agree.
It only had taken 2 minutes, and the guy would either have said, "Well, I didn't fucking," you know, he could either have been bullshit and got slurried, or he could have been a nice guy and said, "Look, I'm terribly sorry. It was very, very late. Here's a tenner for your trouble," or whatever, you know.
Well, exactly. There are certainly ways to solve it amicably.
Yeah.
Now, as a video as a whole, it made me at least internally chuckle quite a bit.
Oh, of course.
It did.
You know my view on the cyclist fraternity. So obviously, the only disappointment I would have was it wasn't Jeremy Vile.
Yeah, that would have been even funnier.
Wouldn't
That
it? Wouldn't it?
definitely would have been so much funnier.
It
And
would
he'd
have-
pro-
it would have been
we'd have probably seen the perspective from the GoPro on the twat's head.
Well,
as well.
that's the 360 unit of slurry coming from every direction. That would have been an absolute joy.
It would have been. It would have been an absolute joy.
Right, so actually the next one, I don't know an awful lot about this, but you know this guy, you follow these kind of people, these lovies and whatever. Sort of, yeah.
People called me a cannibal and everyone believed them. They're like, yep, that guy ate people. And you're just like, what? Whatever it was that people said, whatever it was that happened, I'm now at a place in my life where I'm grateful for every single bit of it. I'm actually now at a place where I'm really grateful for it, because where I was in my life before all of that stuff happened to me, I didn't feel good. I never felt satisfied. I never had enough.
All of that. So this is Armie Hammer, right? He was an up and coming star. I mean, he was he was the Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp as Tonto, I think. He was getting, his star was rising in Hollywood until him and his wife divorced. And then when him and his wife divorced, it turned out that old Armie couldn't keep the hammer in, shall we say. he couldn't keep the hammer in its place.
Right.
And women kept coming out, affairs. And then it just, the rumors just spiraled out of control until, like I said, like he said, people were calling him a cannibal, and it stuck, you know? It stuck to the point where just because people say it's now real.
Well, there's one thing in the interview that maybe disturbs me a little bit.
Go on him.
In that he says, whatever that happened.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't deny being a cannibal. He just said people were saying I was a cannibal, and whatever they said and whatever that happened.
Look, I am not going to pass judgment as to whether or not he is actually a cannibal. Okay?
It's quite interesting the way he phrased that, is it not?
I mean, Occam's razor and all of that, I'm just going to lean on the side of he had some weird-ass affairs. That's probably what really happened. You know, he had some affairs with some weird-ass people, because I've seen some of the messages he was sending these women, and, man, the guy is pretty kinky. That's all I'm going to say. The guy is pretty damn kinky.
Well, kind of Angelina Jolie, Billy Bob Thornton kinky.
Maybe even a bit more extreme than that.
All right. Because they used to wear vials of each other's bloods round their neck.
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know that was all her, because Billy Bob Thornton looks and acts like a guy that has probably been through a lot of shit in his life.
Billy Bob Thornton looks like a hobo.
But I think that the biggest challenge he probably ever had in his life was Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
She made a cracking Lara Croft, though. Pity the films were shit.
Yeah. So you actually saw some of this today, Ben, and maybe you can weigh in on this.
Is this Nige?
Yeah. Hundreds of people have gathered outside the Great Danes Hotel near Maidstone. Now, I've seen pictures of both this direction and the other direction, and
oh shit, that's an old folks' home out on lunch.
Well, I would have said hundreds was a bit of an exaggeration.
I'm unfortunately I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah, it wasn't that well attended, was it?
No. And just before this show started, actually, I did see there was a live stream from Nige. I don't know if it's still running, but apparently he was doing another rally at a sold-out venue, but you couldn't see the crowd. You could only see the stage.
Yeah.
And Natalie says that looks 50 at most. And this is the problem, right? I think where Reform UK and Big Nige have their support is online. It's not really... People are still too afraid, I think, to go out in person to support them en masse. So they'll do it online. They'll share it all online.
Yeah.
But they don't want to be photographed at a Farage event. I think. That's just my opinion.
I don't want to be associated with that man who looks like that strange creature from Farscape.
I'll go and see Big Nige speak. I don't give a shit, right? I don't. It's not to say I support him, but I'll go and listen to what he has to say. Certainly.
Yeah.
I'll go and listen to what Keith has to say. Hell, let's go and see what Carla Denyer has to say. Oh.
Anyway, let's listen to what this girl's got to say, and bear with it because she's not very articulate, but she gets there in the end, and the conclusion is worth listening to.
They say NATO's going to war with Russia. Man, our guys have already been fighting there.
Come on, next part.
Come on.
Maybe I consider going there too. God knows. but I'm not afraid. I think I'll have Russians for breakfast. You know why we haven't won yet? Because Russians are stupid and Ukrainians are Russians.
Is she an AI?
I've freaking no idea.
She's,
That was pretty bad, wasn't it?
she seemed like an AI.
I don't think so. I think she just I think she was on something.
Just glitching out.
But
God knows.
But you know, I mean, and I actually made a tweet about this today. I said, you know, something that both Israel and the US have in common,
Right.
and that they both think their military are way better than they actually are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I agree, Shalini, I agree in the chat. She was extremely glitchy. It was suspicious.
Well,
to
there
me.
was a couple of cuts in because she took a long time between saying what she was saying. So there were a couple of cuts in the video.
When she said God knows there and just froze, I was about to start singing. I was about to go, God knows I want to break free.
But the last bit was a joy, wasn't it? You know, we haven't won yet because Russians are
stupid and you...
Ukrainians are Russians. Oh my God! This is a perfect example of American exceptionalism, isn't it?
Yeah, and like Natalie also says, if she wasn't an AI, it sounds and looks, because she was kept looking over somewhere, like she was reading from a script.
Yeah,
And then didn't bring her glasses.
yeah. Well, I mean, you got to remember that she's in the army.
Yeah,
She's a woman.
yeah,
She's fairly young,
yeah,
and she looked like she was on something. So
yeah.
her performance is going to be affected.
Very much so. I would agree. Very much so indeed. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we've got next. What have we got next?
Do you like my thumbnail, people? Scotland ablaze.
My actual picture.
Yeah, you
picture.
took that. That picture of that smoke was taken from John's door.
So
He
there
stood
you
at the
go.
door and he took that picture.
I did. I also took a video, but Ben wanted the picture because
I wanted the picture.
He wanted the resolution.
I wanted the resolution and I wanted the apocalyptic scene. It does look pretty apocalyptic. It does.
Oh, it looked like a volcano. You know, like a pyroclastic flow. Was that?
Beats and Tape says, I did see the live Sun election showdown debate with Keir Starmer and Rishi Sunak earlier. I didn't see that. I didn't even know that was going on.
No.
I'm sad now because I said to John I was available all day for live streams, didn't I?
Yeah, I didn't know it was going on either.
Yeah. Although I do have the final round scheduled and ready to go for Wednesday night at 9 p.m. It's the final round between Son of the Toolmaker and Roland Rat himself. So we'll be here for that.
So I suppose we should mention Scotland bombed out of the Euro 2024 last night by not beating Hungary.
Big shock.
Well, yeah. Now people are claiming that they will do a penalty, but you know, see, instead of throwing yourself to the ground and claiming a penalty and then not getting one. Wouldn't it have been better just to, if you could have stayed on your feet and actually taken the shot? Would that not have been a better strategy? But my point is that all footballers seem to be conditioned to cheat.
Look, I'm gonna use a very English term here, right? So nobody misconstrue what I'm about to say, especially if you're not English. But all footballers, soccer players, if you're American, are what we in England term big girls' blouses. Okay? And what that means is anytime they get the slightest knock, they fall over, they grab their knee, they put on a display like it's the most painful thing in the world, and I'm sitting here having to use a wheelchair to walk further than the end of the road going, what the hell?
That's true.
Quite frankly.
That is indeed true. Here's a question for you, Ben. You're an Englishman, so you'll know what it's like. I saw something today that I was quite... that surprised me. Apparently there's a word that Scottish people use quite a lot that is very rarely ever used in England.
Go for it.
And that word is out with. You know,
One more time.
out with. So
Do it
if I may put it in a sentence,
You may.
you know, something like that experience was out with my normal range.
No, I can tell you that's a term that is not generally used in the English vocabulary.
That's weird because, and I did look it up because it is in the dictionary and it actually says Scottish stroke English, right? And I thought there isn't Scottish English, surely there's English or there's English. But yeah, apparently, well, out with means it's outside of the norm, you know?
No. There is Scottish English because let's face it, you can't speak actual English, John.
Oh, yeah, yes, okay, old boy, okay, don't be a twat your entire life.
It's our language, you ruined it.
So anyway, so yeah, apparently it isn't used in England, and it's used a lot up here.
Right.
You know, as a word, and I just found that quite strange. I really did. And the thing is, it's not specific to one part of Scotland. It's used right across Scotland.
Oh wow, well that's new on me. I'm not gonna lie, that is new on me. It's like he keeps telling me about things called Empire biscuits, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
You must know what an Empire biscuit is.
He's basically describing what we in England would call a jammy dodger.
No, a jammy dodger's got a jammy dodge. Right, hold on. I have a picture of an Empire biscuit here somewhere. Right.
Go on then, let's see this picture.
I shall get you a picture of an Empire biscuit.
Please do. Please do. You know, these Scottish people, they just say things and they expect us, you know, the creators of the language, to understand the things that they're saying.
Creators of the language. Oh, God. You're such an idiot.
My family name's McEwen, so I can't really talk.
What's going on my website? It's not working. Right, hold on.
Yeah,
Right,
so for the YouTube censorship gods, by the way, I am insulting Scottish people because I am partially one of them.
So this is an Empire biscuit. I'm just going to.
He's doing it.
Drag it in.
He's dragging it in.
It'll be here in a second.
It's coming, people.
It's coming, people. Just hang in there. Hang in there. The Empire biscuit is
We
coming.
have been waiting on tenterhooks for this.
Here we go. Here we go, people. I'm going to add the Empire biscuit.
He's adding it.
So here we are. The Empire biscuit. That is an Empire biscuit.
The fucking jammy dodger.
It's not a jammy dodger, so
Okay, no, it's a jammy dodger with a bit of icing and a cherry on top.
It's not a jammy dodger. That's a shortbread biscuit.
Jammy dodger's a shortbread biscuit.
Yes, but that's an Empire biscuit. That's you telling me that you didn't. The home of Empire doesn't have Empire biscuits.
I'm not going to lie to you. The chat from their response are in the same boat as me here. They didn't know what an Empire biscuit was until you showed them.
It's not a jammy dodger. Jammy dodger doesn't have icing on it. It doesn't have a half cherry or a thingy. So that I just found this incredible that we have such a disconnect.
Oh, of course we do. We got a massive wall in between us, John.
Oh, so Julie says it's not a jammy dodger and they are so good. So there you go. Thank you, Julie.
You know what? The fact that it's got a cherry on top, I am out.
It's not shortbread, though, Shalini. It's a shortbread biscuit. Well, that's a half cherry. The alternative, and people like Greg's do Empire biscuits. Do they not do them down there?
I haven't been in a Greg's in about 5 years.
No, come on. You were in a Greg's with me when we were doing our tour of car parks and
we
Stoke.
We did not go in a Greg's.
We went in a Greg's in the in one of the many service stations that we stopped at.
We went in Mackey's. Greg's was next to it.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I would McDonald's. I would not set foot willingly inside of a Greg's.
Would you not? Okay.
No.
All right, okay.
And that's because I really, really like their sausage rolls.
All right. Greg's do better donuts than Krispy Kreme.
I'll tell you what, and here's a little bit of a tip for you boys and girls. In Iceland, you can buy frozen Greg's sausage rolls.
Don't do it, people. They don't work. They are nowhere near like.
They are exactly the same
nothing,
if you cook them right.
Nothing like what comes out of Greg's the shop. Nothing like it.
Whether they come from the exact same factory. That
They may well,
throws them
but
to the shops.
Yeah, but the stuff that comes out of the shops doesn't taste or look anything like what comes out your oven.
Well, then you're cooking it wrong.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm cooking it wrong. That's
Yes,
fine.
you are. I can
Of
cook
course
them
I
to
am.
perfection.
Oh yeah, of course you can.
Yes, Cam.
Because you are supreme. Okay, let's move on.
Look, we were talking earlier, right? We were talking earlier in our group chat on X/Twitter, and I won't name the person involved here, but John thought somebody that we were mutuals with on the socials might end up or be in a misery situation. And those of you who don't know what misery is, it was a book, I believe, first, and then a movie about basically an obsessed fan that kidnaps a writer and breaks his legs and keeps him held hostage, and love bombs him whilst also basically torturing him. And John thinks that there's somebody on X/Twitter who may well be in a situation like that. And having checked the situation, I think you could be right there, John. It's possible, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
I made the point here at the time earlier that out of the two of us, there's only one of us that would end up in that situation, John.
Yeah, okay, Ben. Have you seen the comments? Have you seen the comments on some of the stuff on your great election debates?
Oh yeah, people hate it.
People hate you as well. I
know.
It's like you should have just stuck to doing. You should have stuck to doing Austin Powers, mate. Don't bother going into this. You talk shite, that kind of stuff.
At the end of the day, some of the other comments were the lockdowns and furloughs didn't cause the economic.
Oh yeah, but that's just stupidity.
Yeah, well, it's the same type of people, so I don't really pay attention to what they're saying. They don't even know basic reality, John.
Well, no, but you've got to admit you do have a kind of resemblance of Mike Myers.
Once I put the other glasses on, maybe.
Yeah. You do. Right, okay, moving on. So, and this is quite a horrific thing that happened in Germany, and it's been across a number of mainstream media outlets. So it's not just this website or whatever it is.
So this website is the Publica, and if you know who the Quartering is, the Quartering owns the Publica.
Yeah, but it's also been on like the Mail Online and stuff like that.
Oh
right?
yeah, and I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying this is who owns this publication,
right.
And in fact, they do indeed try to do their due diligence.
Yeah. So so what happened was that a young girl, 14 or 15 or something like that, was
essayed.
Yeah.
R-worded.
Multiply by a group of people who had
were
recently...
not native to Germany.
Yeah, and this person made a tweet that said they are disgusting pigs, I think.
Disgusting...
Well,
it's R-word pigs?
No, well, yeah, it was something like that, or disgusting freaks, and there's been a couple of different reportings, but regardless, nothing really that untoward. And
well, as this girl was a victim of these people.
No, this wasn't the girl that was the victim. This was someone else that made this comment, right? This was another lady who made this comment.
Okay.
And she was given a longer jail sentence than the people who did the essay in the first place, because the people that were convicted, found guilty and convicted,
got probation, didn't they?
Yeah, they never did any jail time. Whereas this woman got 2 days in the jail for a tweet.
Yeah, and this is very, very, very ridiculous first and foremost.
Yeah.
It's also extremely unfortunate that we have got to a point in European culture where it seems to be okay to the powers that be that you can attack your citizens' rights based upon speech that they are making. I mean, yeah, sure, it may well have been offensive. Who cares, right?
It's your right to be offended.
And you don't have the right to not be offended, and you shouldn't have the right to not be offended, because if you get the right, or you are given the right to not be offended, you are then encroaching on the right of everybody else, because everybody else should have an inalienable right to free speech as set out in the First Amendment, the document, the Constitution of the United States of America. We have nowhere near that level of freedom of speech here in Europe as a whole. I'm not saying the EU, because we are still part of Europe. We're not part of the EU. There is no European nation that has enshrined such rights upon their citizens, and the citizens should be pissed off about it and should find it extremely shameful, because it leads to acts like this. She should have been able to offend those men. Those men deserve to be called every name under the sun. And yet, here we are. It shows that there is a major problem with the countries that, well, the governments that overrule us.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Moving on.
You don't even know what to say to that, do you?
Well, I don't think there's anything worth adding. I mean, you covered it very eloquently and comprehensively, so I can add nothing further other than my support and admiration.
If you agree with the words that I'm saying, then it's that time, by the way. Hit the like button.
Right. So India apparently has been supplying artillery shells and drones to Israel. Now, I don't know why this would be a surprise to anyone. Right?
Well, no, because everybody knows that, India and Pakistan, for example, have an extremely, they're like brothers. They hug each other all of the time. It's rainbows and flowers between them. I mean, Pakistan's not a separatist movement at all when it comes to the view of India, is it?
Well, if you think about it, Pakistan and Israel have a lot more in common than you think, because both are made up countries.
Yeah.
And part of India was taken away and made Pakistan. So if you want to give Israel back to Palestine, when are you giving Pakistan back to India?
Look, at the end of the day, if we're meant to start giving land back to Palestine, then 4/5 of that area is made up by a country called Jordan.
Yeah.
Right? It starts to get extremely tricky and sticky if you really want to start going into it. And this is why, by and large, I stay out of it. Because do I have the solutions for the problems over there? Absolutely not. But what I will say is this. Innocent people on both sides of this conflict, forget about numbers. It's not about numbers. There's no comparison here. Innocent people on both sides of this conflict are being killed by psychos on both sides who want to do nothing but wipe one another out. Now, I say, let all the innocent people on both sides leave and let the psychos have at it, but that's just me.
Yeah. So, so there appears to be trouble stirring in the north at the moment. It's looking like Israel might be going in against Hezbollah. So we'll see what happens.
Well, that doesn't shock me
in
any way, shape. What you mean, Iranian-backed Hezbollah?
Well, yeah, and see, Israel's on a sticky wicket here because they go into Syria, and Syria is under the protection of Russia.
Didn't they already blow up Damascus International Airport a few months ago?
Yeah. So
yeah, they did that.
I think the only saving grace they've got is that Russia is kind of tied up in another place just now, and I don't think Putin probably wants to open a second front, because I mean, the kind of fighting that they're doing in
Make
Ukraine,
us big screen while we're having this type of chat.
Yeah, the kind of fighting they're doing in Ukraine and that just now is quite intensive on both manpower and materials. So
Absolutely.
he probably doesn't want to open a second front if he can avoid it. Anyway, I certainly wouldn't. And what's the point in starting wars if you don't really need to? And to be fair, remember, and this is the part that I can't get my head around, Ben, because Farage keeps getting accused of saying something about Russia, and about someone causing Russia to do something. And I thought all this had been kind of settled. I thought we'd kind of done all that to death, and now it all seems to have opened up again, and people are just going on about it, and as if it's like Groundhog Day. It really is like living in Groundhog Day.
And you know, at the end of the day, the same things that Farage and Donald Trump have been saying in the past few days about the Russia-Ukraine conflict were said by a man named Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson when he was mayor of London.
Yes, he did. Yes,
He did say that. And you know what? I'll give Nigel Farage his credit in this. When he bought a blown-up version of the front page of the newspaper today to his bus rally, and he put it on the side of the bloody bus, and it's just Boris Johnson at the podium. Boris says EU provoked. Well, yeah.
So, Shalini's asking a couple of things because she is quite demanding, right? And I'll answer these questions, Shalini. First of all, I've turned the adverts up, right? Because generally donations are down.
Very much so.
So there are certain people, and you know who you are, and we love you very much, right?
We do.
That continue to keep dropping us donations. But donations are generally down across the board on both channels, you know. So we've turned the adverts up to be more aggressive so as we can get some revenue, maybe.
Yeah, skipping them's fine, Shalini. That's no problem.
Yeah.
That's no problem. And yeah, I mean, for example...
Oh, you can skip them, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Think about this,
they still run.
Let's give them an example here. So I did last Thursday the debate, the last debate that I did. And it actually made nearly a couple of quid in revenue, didn't it, John?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's had 1,000 views. However, what happened today when it hit 1,000 views, John?
Oh, we got copyright claimed and they want the money.
Yeah,
they want that couple of quid.
They want that couple of quid. So right now, that couple of quid has been frozen. We're not allowed it. We can't have it. We have put in a dispute because it was clearly fair use. And do you know what? When we come back to people who leave those comments and criticize that I'm talking too much during the debates, if I wasn't doing that, then those copyright claims would be valid. That's the point here. Mm-hmm. It has to be transformative. We have to continue to talk and provide commentary. Because if we just sit there silent for 10 minutes at a time, that is just using their content verbatim, and we can't do that. So we make it transformative. We try and make it fun. We play a game, Toolmaker Bingo. I get the lightsaber out. You know, we have a laugh. That's the idea. And that's why we do that, is because if we were to just play it outright, then we're just plagiarizing and breaching copyright.
Yep. Thank you, Ben. And the second question, Shalini, is yes, we were talking about the Trump debate, and I don't think you'll be watching it because it doesn't start until 1 o'clock on Friday morning.
1 o'clock on Friday morning, boys and girls. And we're basically in a toss-up as to what we should do at the moment. We haven't decided. I mean, I'm game. I think I'm game.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a direct hit of caffeine for the entire time. Oh, look, Shalini said there's a £10 super chat.
Thank you, Shalini. Oh, good grief. Wow. And she got both her questions answered as well.
She did indeed. And she sent like a shocked face in it. Is that a shocked face? I think it is.
I don't know what it is.
Beats and tapes, there's a mate. You know, like I say, I think I'm up for it, but we'll have to very much.
It's going to be a car crash. I think I'm going to have to stay up for it because
I think we're going to have to, aren't we?
It's going to be Biden. If Biden turns up, it's going to be an absolute car crash.
I mean, Donald Trump already said today, if he does turn up, he's going to be jacked up on every narcotic known to mankind just to get him out there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, where is it being held? And
well, it's in the States, obviously, but listen to this.
I'm just working out if it's on the East Coast.
I know it's starting at 1 a.m. our time.
Yeah, but if it's on the East Coast, that means it's like 8 o'clock at night there. That's way past Joe's bedtime.
So listen to this. It's being held by CNN, and the moderator is Jake Tapper. I wouldn't call Jake Tapeworm an impartial moderator, would you?
No, I wouldn't. It would be
and
funny,
this is why I think it's going to be a car crash as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be amazing. And Shalini says, will you leave the video up if we're able to? Absolutely. Of course we will.
Strangely enough, Shalini, we get less trouble from American companies when it comes to copyright claims generally, apart from the obvious, which is Wanker Brothers, right? But apart from that, you actually get less bother from American companies because they understand that they are pushing it. You know, if they try and claim copyright on something that's wholly transformative, and that's the phrase I use all the time when I'm making these disputes. This was wholly transformative.
So will you be doing an edition of Down the Rabbit Hole on Thursday?
Probably, yeah. I don't see why not.
I will have to announce, for a couple of reasons, the Friday 1 a.m. beginning live stream being one of them. There will be not a normal version of All In on Friday. Now, the other reason is it's question time with Nigel Farage and that other leader of the Green Party.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we'll be doing that as well. But boys and girls, I don't think people quite understand how quick this has all come up on us. We are in the end game now. It is a week Thursday until Britain goes to the polls, which means next Thursday I'm going to need caffeine dripped into me because I'm going to be on here all night.
Unless they stop the count.
Well, if they stop the count, then I'll stop the stream.
Yeah, that's what I mean, unless they stop the count, because what was the latest one that they did recently? Was
my camera's going a bit mental.
No, it's not too bad. Well, it's not moving then. What was the one they did recently that they stopped the count and it took ages to get the count back?
Wasn't that one of the... Wasn't that
the by-election or something?
Maybe.
Anyway, the thing is, we used to get results, within 2, 3, 4 hours. And now it takes like 2 days. Why?
Yeah. And, the same with the presidential debate in the United States. Well, election. We'll stay up all night for it, but they'll probably stop the count.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the time we wake up the next morning, they probably wouldn't have restarted the count because obviously... So Beats and Tape says, that's okay, Ben. You guys been killing the lies the last few weeks. Big up yourselves. I appreciate it, my friend.
That's what we're trying to do, mate. We are trying to. Oh, there's a ba.
Sorry, I have to put this on. I'll mute my mic for a sec.
You can't trust it. You can't trust the count anywhere. You're right, because, well, I shouldn't say that, but I think there's a lot of shenanigans going around in government circles. So yeah, I'm not convinced. Right, let's move on. Let's move on to something. Where are we? Have we got any funny stuff yet? Oh well, we'll cover this little rat bag.
I'm going home. I know this is what you all wanted, and you're finally getting what you wanted. I think it's a disgrace that as a woman in 2024, I can't feel safe at a football game, let alone such a huge tournament for our country. Something happened at the game versus Denmark yesterday, and I won't go into...
Right, so I'm going to go into a little bit of detail of what she did. What she did was she held up sexually explicit signs asking for a certain England footballer to do sexual things, which were... You're muted, Ben. Which were
overtly sexual things.
Yeah, which were blatantly in sight of everyone, male, female, and families, and because there's kids go to these games as well, and then she claims that what she tries to do is claim that someone was following her around the stadium, I think, in order to take advantage of her, but this is almost an exact copy of something that she engineered within the Arsenal stadium, when she pretended to be someone else and said that she was at the game and if they could find her, she would give them a BJ. And this woman, this woman who wasn't her, was followed around the stand, the stadium, and had to seek security in order to stop the incident escalating.
I mean, just for holding up those sexually explicit signs where there would be families and children and things like that, she should have just been flat out removed from and banned from the game. I'm sorry. I'm all for freedom of speech. I really am.
Yeah.
But
there's a limit.
I wouldn't even say there's a limit.
No,
I would just say that within a private company's stadium, if they wish not to have signs like that held up in front of children, They should be able to say, you know what, you can do it just outside.
She is indeed. She is indeed, Shalini.
Right, I'm going to kill my camera for a minute, just to see if that makes a difference.
She is indeed a hoochie. That's cracking warp.
I'm still here, people. Don't worry. I'm
I
still
do
here.
like that. So yeah, moving on. I think what we'll do is we'll just ignore Ben, while he's doing this, because
I would.
he doesn't need to have the attention drawn to him. And we'll move on to Mr. Sadiq Khan.
Ah.
So Mr. Khan has decided to impose a woke. Well, they say woke, but why is the mainstream media starting to call out things as woke? That's interesting. But Mr. Khan is imposing a ban on taxi drivers flying England flag during the Euros because it could distract motorists. Have you ever heard such utter, complete nonsense?
No. Well, it just seems like he doesn't like the St. George's Cross, and therefore he's found any excuse for people not to fly it. Because let's face it, people like Sadiq Khan have said repeatedly, and I think Sadiq may have said this himself as well at some point, but they believe the St. George's Cross, the flag of England, has been co-opted by what they like to term the far right. Okay? Yeah. And I say they like to term the far right because usually, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at what the political spectrum is, these people were probably just centre-right people. They're not really far right. But this is Sadiq Khan exacting his revenge, I guess, on these people. And it's nothing to do with taxi drivers because, every football tournament, taxi drivers do this.
Well, people do it, I mean, what's wrong with showing a bit of support for your national team? And I mean, I'm not a football fan, so it doesn't bother me either way. But what bothers me is the Nazi-esque imposition of a ban that just isn't required and is a made up reason. The whole thing's ridiculous.
I agree. Right. Shall we move on to the funnies? Because we've got about 10 minutes left of this show.
Yeah, well, here's what's speaking of, well, this isn't funny, Ben, is it? But you tell me.
I mean, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. So, this guy, on his 26th birthday, and he just put out on social media, thanking God for another year on this earth. That very day, he was killed in Tampa, in Florida. But the people that had done this, you would have thought that maybe the police would have some kind of 24/7 protection on this guy, because since 2021, this exact situation has happened twice before, in which this young man has ended up with a bullet in him. So the third time they got him. But this has happened.
Third time unlucky.
Well, third time unlucky, yeah. I feel for the guy. I feel for his family. But obviously, he was caught up in stupid gang culture, and this is what it leads to.
Did you want to talk briefly about the Jay Slater thing?
Jay Slater's still missing, isn't he?
Yeah. Now, I mean, he's had a bit of a naughty past.
Well, it's not so much a past. I mean, the guy's on probation for it right now.
Yeah, I know. He is a criminal indeed. So the question is, what's going on? Did two people go out there knowing he was going out there to do the dirty, so to speak?
Mm-hmm.
Because initially my thought, and did call me a strange and cynical person, but my initial thought was it was some kind of gay tryst, because he went away with two new friends, guys, that he hadn't met before, in their car to their flat, and that all seems to be above board because they guys have been interviewed.
And then this woman named Lucy, who was his friend, she said that he called her while he was walking around in a dress, I believe. Said he was walking around in the middle of nowhere, had no idea where he was, and his phone was on 1% battery.
And he'd cut his leg.
Now, there are... I don't know for sure. There are things being said about that young girl, which I don't know whether or not are true. I do know that she's made a GoFundMe, which was looking to raise 30 grand, has raised 30 grand, I believe, for the search. GoFundMe have now frozen that thing to do further investigation. And I think, judging by the past of these people, everyone involved here, probably a good idea, right? Because everyone involved here doesn't seem to be above board. Let's face that.
Yeah, the whole thing seems a bit suspicious. His mother's interview was very wooden as well, almost reminiscent of a Kate McCann.
Okay, so here on Facebook, I don't know if you can see this, but this is the Jay Slater Discussions and Theories Only official group, right?
Yeah.
And this Facebook group, go and join it. It is the bloody gift that keeps on giving.
Oh my God.
It really
is. It that bad?
It's got 7,000 members. Look at this top tweet here. This is from Martha, as in baby reindeer. And it says, I've not seen him. I wish people would stop accusing me. Wishing he gets home safe. Sent from iPhone.
So my wife sent me a picture the other night on WhatsApp saying...
This one here, sorry. Is anyone mates with Jay's mum? Could ask if he speaks Tenerife so we know locals could help. Oh, dear. This, I'm sorry. Carry on.
So I got a picture the other day from my wife because the guy who was stalked by baby reindeer was at the football.
Oh, yeah, Richard Gadd. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's not very broad, but mind you, I think she's had a history of stalking not very broad guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen the email she sent to Keir Starmer?
Who, my wife?
No, Martha. But, well, not Martha, but Fiona.
Oh yeah, she used to have a thing about Keir Starmer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, she did. Fiona Harvey. Although she is suing Netflix for like $140 million, isn't she? Bada. I'm not even gonna.
He's Bada. I speak
Tenerife. Could be useful.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, moving on. Can I get back to where we are?
You can.
Staying in Florida, someone painted fuck Elon on 40 Tesla Cybertrucks.
I mean, that person's dedicated to the bit, I will say.
That
there is dedication. You know, you do it on one or two, yeah, that's somebody who's mad. You do it on 40, then there probably needs to be a restraining order.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, there probably needs to be a restraining order.
Probably a Just Stop Oil one. I'm getting kind of mixed messages from this group here, right? You know, this group of burqa queens. No human is safe until we all are. You know, it's like it's a kind of mixed message thing I'm getting here.
I'm going to say something.
Oh, go on.
I don't think any of those people in those rainbow niqabs wear a niqab on any other day of the year.
No, they probably don't.
I don't think they do. I don't think they do.
I think you're right. Right.
I'm gonna read this one to you because this one's quite relevant.
Go on.
Has anyone thought that maybe Jay is competing in a Mr. Beast video and that's why he's gone for so long?
No. No. The thought never crossed my mind.
Well, it certainly crossed the minds of the members of the Jay Slater discussion book on Facebook. Go and join that group.
Yeah.
It is the gift that keeps on bloody giving.
Right. Here we go. What is it you think, Julie? I think you may be on something there.
Right. Yeah, you told me about this earlier. But...
Yeah. So apparently they've set up a study to determine whether milk is racist. Well, I mean, the thing is it or isn't it? Because, you know, milk comes in all colours. You get banana milk, you get chocolate milk, you get strawberry milk.
Oh, he's doing it again.
I'm not doing anything. It comes in all different colours.
He's doing. I know what he's doing.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just saying. I think milk pretty much covers the whole gamut. I don't see a problem.
I want to know what these people that are doing this study are experts in. That's what I want to know. What are they? I mean, if they're people like Hindi Andrews, right? Or if they're people like that Dr. Shola, who think they are experts in what, race relations or something or other, who just make up racist crap.
Yeah, as soon as you see the phrase experts without naming anyone,
exactly,
that means it's a load of shite.
It means it's a load of shite by people who got themselves a degree in gender studies or something like that, or social sciences, and then they think that they're experts in absolute nonsense. They're experts in absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we are on to true funnies, and this tickled me. It did tickle me.
Dramatic scenes in race 5 as the rain comes pouring down and Ginger leads the pigs out. Hoshi quickly overtakes back. One of them on his victory. It's looking like Ginger right now.
It's Piggy Smalls.
But he's looking in the picture. Surely not. Surely not. Surely is the undisputed pig racing champion of the world as Piggy Smalls shows his true pedigree in race 5. One of the greatest comebacks in pig racing you will ever see. He comes from a mile behind. It's 6.5 seconds, he's not even in the picture, and by 11 he's won it. What a sublime performance from one of the most dominant pigs in this sport. He
Congratulations, Piggy Smalls, you get to be lunch first.
Piggy Smalls. I'd pay to watch that. That's good. I like that.
I would pay to watch that as well. And you know, I did make a lunch joke, and I am well, I'm kind of joking. I do enjoy a nice rack of ribs or a nice pork steak or a bit of bacon on occasion.
Yeah, don't we all?
Don't we all?
Yeah, so I'm going on a serious diet, people. I have decided today. This week I am fasting, which I have fasted all day. I'm on nothing but water. And once I've finished fasting, I'm just going to go carnivore. And, you know, that's easy done. Ben, that's more or less what you do anyway.
Yeah, it's more or less what I do, except for I drink 1,000,000 litres of Coke, so I don't lose any weight.
So, unfortunately, I probably will be quite boring because I'm going to stay off the drink.
I'm glad.
Well, I don't know why you're glad, because I think I'm pretty boring when I'm off the drink.
I don't.
Okay,
I think you're sharper when you're.
Yeah, I might be sharper, but I'm not as funny, am I? Anyway,
well, you could be as funny. That's a choice.
Oh yeah, okay, right. So what I will show, I wasn't quite sure what one to end the show on here, so I'm going to go with, you know, when you put your makeup mask on tonight, girls, try this one.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus Christ!
It's probably a setup, but it was a good setup. Now, this is what happens when and you know what, Ben? Say your stuff, because we're going out with a bang tonight. So say your stuff now.
Right, put me big then. I don't want to be little.
Oh my God, you're so freaking vain.
Too right. I mean, me, not... Yeah, there we go. Finally, you got it right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, if you have enjoyed this show, then please, on your way out, give us a little like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and, of course, give it a share. Next Monday, 9 p.m, the return of me and Natalie for the Monday mock. This coming Wednesday, I will be back to do the final round. It's the final live debate between Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer. Friday at 1 o'clock in the morning, someone will be here, if not both of us, to cover the Donald Trump versus Joe Biden debate live from a British perspective. And Friday night, we will be watching Question Time with you all to see Farage and the other leader of the Green Party. Unfortunately, it's not little Carla, which has kind of upset me, I'm not going to lie. If you can support us further, then please consider giving us a little donation at patreon.com/chasing dissent, Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/chasing dissent, or of course right here on YouTube. You can join the channel as a member from as little as 99 pence a month. John says we're going out with a bang, so take us out with a bang.
So, people, thank you for attending this, and always, always be on your guard if you have scientists as colleagues and you work with them, because you never know what's going to happen. And as always, it's been great for you.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop up. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6